Alright, here we go. So we're gonna do some bacon stuffed brisket flat. Alright, so we have a nice cut here, already pretty trimmed. Y'all know I can't trim that well. Season it up with your favorite seasoning. Take a little knife, score it all the way down the middle. We're gonna roll this up nice and pretty and get it stuffed down in there as far as possible. Quick vid, just gonna shoot this out really quick. I'm doing another brisket for my little cousin. He's about to serve the country. He's going off, joining the Air Force. Be leaving out tomorrow, so we're gonna hook that up, and I think I'm gonna throw a pork belly on as well. So it's kind of rushing because I forgot the date, and then the smoker, I had the damper closed by accident, choked it out. So I'm really behind right now. So this is all a rush. I'm gonna be cooking everything kind of hot and fast today. So we'll see. Cross your fingers for me. All right, so here's the pork belly. It's a little bigger than the ones that I normally cook. Scored it a little on the left, nothing too deep, but enough to kind of have that air penetrate and to firm it up and dry it up a little bit. I cook mine all the way through. Don't really do anything fancy. I really like sweet, salty, and hot on these things. So I piled a bunch of seasoning on it. Scored a little bit of the fat on the back. And I'm just gonna let it go. I might cube this up. That's the only reason why I didn't score it. A little further into the cook. We'll see. It's close to 1 o'clock here already, and I just put the briskets and everything on. I've not started my chores for the day, so this might all look like trash when I'm done because it's going to be a rush job. But we're gonna figure it out, man. Regardless of how it looks, it's gonna taste good. So we'll be back. All right, here's the setup. Again, I'm gonna be rushing this at 275 or upward. I don't really like cooking that high personally, and I prefer not to do it when I'm actually gonna cook and give something away to somebody. But hopefully it turns out well. I'm gonna go ahead and get this door shut so that we can get rolling on this thing again. A little extra bacon, bacon stuffed brisket, regular brisket for Cuzzo, and pork belly. Everything looks good. Got some trays down there. Let's go. Let's rock. All right, so kind of forgot about everything, but here's the flat with the bacon in it. Probably should have spritzed them a little bit since this is a flat, especially with me cooking at high temps. But I stuck the thermometer down. It is somewhere around 160 something in the middle, so that bacon should be safe at this point. So I'm going to wrap it, see if we can go ahead and power through this thing, get everything nice and tender. See how it turns out. I'm going to go grab the pork belly and the other brisket here in a second. Alright, color's not the greatest, but you can tell where the bark would have formed had it not been for bacon dripping down on top of it. I'm going to wrap him. Pork belly. This is done. 180, and didn't really mean to go that high, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it up inside of this pan. Drizzle with a little bit of honey, and just a tad bit of more seasoning, and just let it chill until it's ready to slice and eat. Alright, peace. Not bad for a flat, and for it to have been cooked at a high temperature for kind of a long time. Whoops, everything got away from me. Oh yeah, my little cousin's going to the Army. Sorry, I think I said Air Force earlier. Anyway, left this in the oven. My oven has a warm function. All right, so it'll sit at about 160, but I've never tested it for a long period of time. So I went to bed and woke up and realized that it had cut itself off and was giving me an alert saying that it was ended. So the internal temperature for this meat is about 108, and I think it's been like that since, well, the oven cut off at around 11 last night, because that's when I saw the internal temperature drop from this, and so put the cord to it. So I'm assuming that this probably decreased in temperature, I'm guessing around 2ish, maybe 3, to the point where it was under 140. Given that it's still, close to 110 right now, I'm assuming. So I don't know. See how comfortable my family is, if they still want to eat it. I'm gonna try it, but let's see if my family still wants to eat it. but it looks pretty good. And this is cold. This is what it looks like cold. So it did look really nice when it was actually warm. Short version. Thing turned out pretty good. Pulled it higher than I typically would for a brisket flat. It's like almost 210 in some places. But would I try it again? Absolutely yes. The bacon gave a nice little added dynamic. It did not overpower the beef. It just kind of complemented it. And it chewed apart super easy, like a nice piece of brisket fat that you want to eat. So I was pleasantly surprised by the moisture left in the flat. I'll try it again.